Hello again. So we're back again in our subject structure and written expression. So for today's lesson, we still do our books. Yeah, page number 73. This is a new one. The written expression questions. So here we have example one. Yeah. The final delivery of the day is the importance. So here in the written expression questions, you are to find out which word is incorrect. Okay, which word is incorrect? Okay, there are four options here: the A, B, C, and the D. So you're going to choose which option is incorrect here in the sentence. So as what you can see in the explanation, if you look at the underlined words in this example, you should notice immediately that important is not correct. The correct superlative form of important is the most important. Yeah, as you know, in the superlative form, yes, you can do add the est suffix est at the end of the adjective, of course, but it works only for word for adjective that consist of one or two syllables. Okay, but not more than two. Okay, like important, it is form of three syllables. So it is incorrect to do importantes, but it will be correct if it is the most important. Okay, so D is wrong. And for the second example, example 2, the books that I read was interesting. The books that I read was interesting. So as you can see here, the wrong one is C, of course. Was why? Because words should be reversed to the verb. The books must use were. Yeah. So the books are plural. So you do the plural verb too, not the singular, not was. Okay. Strategies for written expression questions. First, look at the underlined word or groups of words. You want to see if you can spot which of the four answer choices is not correct. So, in the strategy is to find out which is the incorrect. Okay, and you may read the rest of them and so on. And the next page is we have problems with subject verb agreement. Okay, so we're back again to the top actually, but this is only to make you to enrich your knowledge about the subject and verb agreement. Subject or verb agreement is simple. If the subject of a sentence is singular, then the verb must be singular. If the subject of the sentence is plural, then the verb must be plural. Firstly, you need to understand what is the plural subject and what is the singular subject, what is the plural verb and what is the singular verb. Okay, so the subject in plural means when the subject is more than one, of course, and the verb in plural means the verb that must be suitable for the subject. Like the first one here, we have the example: the boy walks to school, and the second one, the boys walk to school. Okay, this is the correct one. The boy is singular, and it should be followed by the verb in singular, walks to school. And then the second one, the boys in plural, and walk there is in plural too. So both are correct. Okay. And this example, the boys requires a plural verb walk. Okay. You may read the rest of them. And then skill 18, make verbs agree after prepositional phrases. Make verbs agree after prepositional phrases. Phrases, yeah. It should be pronounced phrase. Phrases, not praise, but phrases. So praise, what is praise? I ever heard praise. Praise is like praise the Lord. Yes, we do praise, but not phrase. Okay. Sometimes phrases can come between the subject and the verb. If the object of the preposition is singular and the subject is plural, or if object of the preposition is plural and the subject is singular. So when there is a preposition, the first thing you do is finding the object of the preposition. Okay. The first one here, we have the key to the doors are in the drawer. Okay, the key to the drawers are in the drawer. So which one here acts as the subject? So the subject here is not the doors but the key. The key to the doors are in the drawer. So what is in the drawer? It's something like that. What is in the drawer? Is it the doors or the key? Of course the key. Then the key is the subject. So is it correct to add are there? Of course not. So the first example is wrong. Okay. And the second one here, we have the keys to the door is in the drawer. Is this correct also? Of course not. It is wrong too, okay? The second one is also wrong. So the first one should be the key to the doors is in the drawer, and the second one should be the keys to the door are in the drawer. Okay, so that's the correct one. Here we have a table there. Subject or verb agreement of the prepositional phrase. Subject and then prepositional phrase and then verb. So the subject is before the prepositional phrase. What you need to understand is, what you need to find firstly is of course the subject, and then you can do the verb. The next one, we have the skill 19, make verbs agree after expressions of quantity. After expressions of quantity. Expressions of quantity, it's like adverb, yeah, adverb of quantity, or yeah, adverb of quantity, of course. I believe you have already known about the adverbs. So if you don't know about it, make sure you know about it firstly. You need to learn about it firstly before you can jump to this kind of skill, okay? So if you don't know about the adverb of quantity, it will be difficult to you to understand this kind of subject. Firstly, you need to understand about the adverb of quantity. Make verbs agree after expressions of quantity. A particular agreement problem occurs when the subject is an expression of quantity, such as all, most, or some, followed by the preposition of. Okay, so of is a preposition, of course. In the situation, the subject all, most, or some can be singular or plural depending on what follows the preposition of. Okay, so when the sentence has the word all, most, or some, you can just judge that the sentence has plural subject. No, okay, it can be only one, it can be a singular. So what you need to think about, where does all refer to? Okay, to what does all refer to? Does all refer to something that is plural or something that is singular? Then you can choose what kind of verb, a singular verb or plural verb, you can use in the sentence. Okay, so in the first example, all of the book was interesting. All of the book was interesting. And then the second one, all of the books were interesting. All of the books were interesting. And then the last one, all of the information was interesting. All of the information was interesting. In the first one, why is it singular, sir? Why is it singular? Is it possible to use all and the word book in the kind of singular? Of course, yes, it is possible. All of the book was interesting means that all of the content of the book, yeah, all of the contents of the book. It means that all of the contents of the book. It is a book, but all of the contents was interesting. So it's still one book, but all refers to the contents of the book. But the book is still one. Then we use the singular. Okay? And the second one, all of the books were interesting. Then all here cover the word, the nouns books, which means that more than one books. Okay? That is why we use plural. And then all of the information was interesting. As you know, information is some kind of uncountable noun. When you make uncountable noun, of course, yes, you use the singular. Okay, so all here act as a singular, which means that the verb must be in singular too. Okay, and then in the first example, and that is the explanation. Yeah, you may read that, of course. The following chart outlines the key information that you should understand about subject-verb agreement after expressions of quantity. So you need to learn about this. Yeah, you need to learn about this because this is somehow can be a trouble for you. Yeah, this is somehow can be a trouble for you. And also about how you use the word someone, yeah, some people, something, some things, yeah, something dengan something and some things They are different. Something refer to a singular, while some things, there are two words, some and things, which means that they are in form of plural. Okay, while someone is singular, but some people is plural. Yeah, so you need to be careful about that. And then skill 20, make inverted verbs agree. Make inverted verbs agree. We have seen that sometimes in English the subject comes after the verb. This can occur after question word skill 15, after place expression skill 16, after negative expression skill 17, after omitted conditional skill 18, and after sum of comparison skill 19. When the subject and verb are inverted, it can be difficult to locate them, and it can therefore be a problem to make them agree. Okay, was the bicycle I wanted? Behind the house were the bicycle I wanted. Behind the house was the bicycle I wanted. Behind the houses were the bicycle I wanted. So which one is correct? The correct one is none of them. Okay, so none of them is correct. Okay, so none of them is correct. All of them are false. Okay, in the first one, behind the house was the bicycles I wanted. So the first thing you need to do is locate the subject. Behind the house is not a subject, but it is an adverb of place. Yeah, behind the house, as you know, behind, and then beside, and then what else? You can find more. Yeah, it always for the adverb of place. So when you find behind the house, it is as the adverb, but not the subject. Okay, so where's the subject? The subject is of course the bicycle. Yeah, the bicycle here. This one is the subject. This one is the subject. Okay, don't forget what this is possible because we do the inverted verbs. Okay, make inverted verbs agree. Okay, so the first one should be the bicycles. The bicycle. The first one should be was should be changed into were. Behind the house were the bicycles I wanted. Okay, and the second one should be behind the house was the bicycle I wanted. Okay, it should be like that. Okay, or in the active form without using the inverted subject, you can do the bicycle I wanted was behind the house, or the bicycles I wanted were behind the house. Like that, okay? Or the bicycle I wanted was behind the house. Like that. Okay, and then in the first example, okay, this is another explanation. You may read that by yourself, of course. The following chart outlines the key information that you should understand about subject or verb agreement after inverted verbs. So there is a chart here about the key information. So when you do question, negative, place, conditional, and comparison, blah blah blah, it should be verb first and then followed by the subject. Okay. So yes, sometimes inverted subject is it's it's a bit complicated there. But where once you knew the strategy, it is a piece of cake. Okay. And we go to skill number 21, make verbs agree after certain words. Certain words in English are always grammatically singular, even though they might have plural meanings. Everybody are going to the theater. Even though we understand from the example that a lot of people are going to the theater, everybody is singular and requires a singular verb. So that's what I said before. This one is like when you use the word everybody, everyone, everything, anybody, anyone, nobody, somebody, each. Okay, you do them in the singular form. Okay, so the verb must be singular. Okay, thank you. That's for today. Yeah, that's all for today. Of course, yeah, that's all for today because we already find out a task here. We already find out a task here. So I need you to do the task firstly. to do the task. After this, after this you do the task, and then please send the answer to me through WhatsApp or email. Okay, so you may do this by typing them by your handwriting, or you can do that in your laptop and send me by email or WhatsApp. If you do the handwriting, make sure you do that in a good handwriting that I can read, so I can correct your answer, so I can check your answer. Okay, make sure you do this. So after this, please do the task and then submit to me today, before the time, before our class ends. Thank you, that's all for today. Thank you for watching, thank you for your cooperation. Goodbye.